Do you want to know how avoidants really work? What's their MO? Keep watching. Hi everyone, Marianna here. For those of you who don't know me, I am a specialist, a clinical specialist and expert on anxious attachment style and affective sciences. And I'm a coach and a therapist, and I am here to teach you everything that you need to know to go from anxious attachment to secure attachment. Today's topic is a topic that I really enjoy teaching a lot of my clients, and that's a topic that they really like to learn. And I promise I will keep this video under 12 minutes. So I have other videos that are longer. These are what I call my mastermind videos, where I talk to you about what my program consists of and what will be your biggest obstacle and how do we start a person in order to switch the anxious attachment onto secure attachment. So let's begin. How do avoidants work? How do avoidants operate? So I put it here on my board. This is part 1 because it can be lengthy. Okay, so avoidants are that person that wants to keep you at arm's length at all times, because even though they can connect in romantic relationships, the connection is very mediocre and it's a very low quality. So it's just not sustainable, and I'm going to tell you why. So first, they can connect and they maintain mental distance. It's very important for them. It's not like avoidants are bad people, on how you can see on my old videos, maybe like 4 years ago, where I refer to avoidance as, I have evolved. So, especially with my content, avoidants are not bad people. If you're watching this and you're an avoidant, you're not a bad person. It's mostly like how avoidants are wired to behave. Okay, so I just want you to know, if you're in a relationship with an avoidant and you don't want to be in that relationship, it makes you very unhappy, just know that it's very difficult for avoidants to change. So then you have to make a decision whether you want to stay or you want to go. So they can connect but maintain mental distance. How do they do that? They do that through the activating strategies. So anxious attachment, avoidant attachment are two opposite things, two opposite parts of the same thing. If you have a coin, you have two sides. They're both different, but they're part of the same thing. So with an anxious attached, you use activating strategies, everything that will reestablish contact with your beloved, right? Avoidants use the activating strategies, with this any action or any thought or any cognition that would drive this avoidant person to create distance and to separate. Silent treatment, always talking about an ex, or just simply getting cold, mood swings. So something very important is that avoidants can connect, and they can be those people that give you the world and in the first 2 weeks, and after the 3rd week they're already trying to think, how am I going to get rid of this person? That's what they're wired to do. They keep people at a distance. It's very important to them that they keep you at a distance, and especially physical distance. These are people that don't like to cuddle. It's very difficult for them. They always want to use like one of those body pillows to create some space. They don't like holding hands. They like to walk 6-10 feet in front of you on the street, and they always want to look single. They always want to look available. So they have a big trigger to the word need. That's why, if you think about an anxious attached person, their motto is I need, right? Their motto is I need. You're always thinking, I need this, I need that, I don't get this, I don't get that, because you need it. So they have a big trigger for the word need. They think that anyone who needs is weak. Anyone who needs something, emotional support, emotional connection, is weak, and it bothers them. So they have a very defensive stance. Because when you're defensive, anybody who has some sort of conflict and they try to solve it, when you're defensive, what you're creating is distance. Like, I am my own team, you are your own team, right? Because you're defending yourself. Like, imagine a war, a conflict, a battle. When somebody's taking their own stance, they're defending themselves. We're just creating separation. That's why they do it, because everything they do, everything they add into their relationship has to help them create distance. They feel trapped and need to escape. That is, again, how they're wired. Their neurons, their attachment system, you have one also. They have one too. Their attachment system is wired to always find an escape route. Okay, always feeling trapped and always wanting to escape. How do they build that escape route? What they do is they have a lingering feeling that on the other side of the rainbow, there is that special person that's going to knock their socks off and it's going to fit exactly of what their ideal is. So when you have that thought, you may be with this person now, but you have the thought that in time you will meet someone else, which means leaves this person in a very temporary space. You know, yeah, I'm with her, I'm with him, but I already know deep inside, and it's a delusion that they have, I already know deep inside that somewhere across the sea, there is someone better waiting for me. And when you hold on to that idea, obviously you can't connect with the person that you're with right now. So lingering feeling, they have a lingering feeling that something is missing, okay? You are definitely with an avoidant. If, I don't know if you've had any of your friends that bring a girl or they bring a guy, and then you're like, oh yeah, it seems to be nice, you know, this is your new person. They're like, there's something wanting, you know, there's something missing. Yeah, it's not all there, there's something missing here. So when they elaborate that there's something missing, what does that create? Distance or hope that this is temporary and this is going to be over at one point. So again, they always have these delusions that there's something missing, you know, this is not fulfilling. So their connection is of very low quality. Another thing is that the same thing I told you a little earlier, something similar. They have this thought that resonates in their head that says, I can get someone better. I can get someone better. So what does that do? What that does is that they don't fully accept you. They choose not to fully accept you, the good and the bad, okay? Because what does that do? Distance. When you accept your partner, the good and the bad, you're like this, right? You're together. You're like, oh, well, he drinks a little too much, you know, and he pukes, but the good and the bad, you know, or well, she's a little cheap, but the good and the bad. This is her, you know, that's Marianna, you know. So that is how you accept your partner if you're secure attached, right? You accept both sides, and an avoidant attachment will never get to that point because that means closeness. So in order to keep the distance, that is what they do. They always think, I can get someone better. They always hold on to really small bad things, quote unquote bad things that they think you do. Things like, I don't like the way she dresses, or I don't like the way he eats, or I don't like her schedule, or I don't like her job, or you know, I just don't like her style or his feet. You know, like there is usually the way he eats. So there is always some small thing that they hold on to, because that in their minds creates an escape route. They always need to feel that there is an escape route, and feeling that they can find someone better keeps them hopeful to keep looking. So avoidance will never accept you for who you are, okay? So if that's what you're feeling, I'm just telling you that it can be very dangerous. Even if you are anxious attached, that this can get you really, really hard, and it's very painful. And another one is that they have a very detailed description of their ideal. They know exactly who this avatar person is, and they know exactly what they want, and they know this, and then and it really makes their partners be like, well, why aren't you with this person? Why are you with me? Why? And then they always talk like that. They bring it up because when they bring it up, what happens? You don't feel great. So it injects instability in the relationship. And that's exactly what they look for, because if the relationship is stable and you feel secure and safe within that relationship, what happens? Closeness happens. So they cannot allow that. It makes them very uncomfortable. That's why they come up with these ideas, these thoughts, or just they just speak, and they're like, oh, well, you know what, but I really want a person that is this, and then you're like, what the hell are you talking about? So it happens like that. They always use all of these things to make sure that there is distance, that there is the light at the end of the tunnel they can run to and escape, and that's what they're wired to do. So secure will accept your partner. For avoidance, when it comes to acceptance, it's a major challenge. It's very difficult. I personally don't help avoidance in therapy. I only specialize in anxious attachment style, so I'll definitely be happy to help you. But not avoidance. Avoidance have a really hard time creating some change. Not that it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult. So I hope this video served you well. This is the first part. The second part is coming next week. And I want to tell you that all of my videos come with a gift. And my gift to you is 1 hour session with me that you and I can talk for free. So you have to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and go into the link below, or leave me a comment, whatever you want. And you hit the link below, and it will take you directly onto my scheduling system. And then you would fill out an application, and we're gonna go over it together, and we're gonna be on the phone for an hour, and it's gonna be the most productive hour you would invest in your own self-care and self-improvement. We're gonna go over your anxious attachment, or what you believe is anxious attachment. And if I feel like we're a good match, I would extend an invitation for you and I to do amazing work together. So if you don't know where to start, you came to the right place. Remember, you're not alone. I'm here with you on this, okay? So have a good week. I send you all of my love, and I will see you next time.